Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Shipwrecks on Don't Kill My Character. I am Kate, aka Kate the Great Cosplays, and I was your crew master, but that's going to be Sean now. So I'm gonna bounce this right over to you, and however you want everyone else to
Sure.
introduce themselves, I leave that in your very capable hands.
Hello, everyone. I am Sean. I will be our new crewmaster as we go, 10,000 screams below the sea and embark on part two of Shipwrecks. Before we get there, let's let everyone introduce ourselves. Let's say who you are, who you'll be playing, as there's some changes and some new characters, and your favorite frozen dessert, whether it be ice cream, sorbet, or anything else. Let's do that today. And let's start with Taylor.
Yeah, hey, I'm Taylor, aka Spunky Taylor, she, her pronouns, and I'll be playing Misty today, your lizard girl. I love chocolate cherry Ben and Jerry ice cream. My fave. Yeah, 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 yeah. Which I have them. I'll be eating that during break.
Andy, tell us a bit about yourself.
I'm Andy. I'll be playing Sunshine slash Wavy Jones, her warlock patron, and magic sword. And I don't eat cold stuff because it's too cold.
Cool. Mika, what's up?
That was depressing. Hi, I'm Mika. I do things. I,
Like
I'm a
finishing
director
this
for
intro?
finishing this intro. I'm playing. No longer am I playing Lemon Mercy the puppet, but now I'm playing Kumquat the fairy, one of the three fairies that was puppeting Lemon Mercy. And my favorite cold thing currently, there's an ice cream shop across the street from where I live, and currently my favorite thing has been the Biscoff cookie ice cream that they have. Getting to scoop that in a nice little waffle cone.
Yes. And Kate, go ahead and finish us out.
Hi, I am Kate. I am running tech and already distracted by that. But that's all right because I am playing Wisp and she does not talk all that much. And my favorite frozen treat. So nearby where I live, we have this ice cream shop that makes. If anyone remembers those Dibs ice cream bites, they basically make their own version of those. So it's whatever flavor of ice cream wrapped in chocolate, and I really
Mhm.
enjoy those.
Nice. And with that, we'll let our story begin. For those of you who weren't here at the end of last stream, our players found a portal and a port key through a sword, and after a room started closing in on them, felt that it may be best, whether called by the sea, duty, or secrets told to them, to enter into this portal. We watched as they stepped through, that the light around them changed, that it became a lot darker, a lot colder, and a lot lower as they descended from the surface from which they all knew to somewhere far below the ocean surface. And that's where we'll be starting today. The first people we see are Sunshine and Asper, who have not joined the others, but are on a platform somewhere deep below the surface but high above wherever their friends are. For whatever reason, caught by themselves as though something is trying to determine a fate for one of them. Sunshine, what do you think you would be doing, or are you wavy in this moment? You are muted.
So, Sunshine didn't take to the transition very well and is currently unconscious. So, Wavy
Okay,
is in control.
good to know. So what Wavy would see then is a platform, cylindrical in nature, seeming to be made up of just frozen water, not in the way ice is frozen, but in the way that its holding surface, almost like any sort of surface tension breaking, would cause it to plummet, as well as everything on them. And Asper is over towards the edge, looking around, trying to find the others, and will say, "Uh, Wavy, you think you got eyes on anyone? You know where they're at?"
I got eyes on you.
Well, again,
Bit
that's
of a
not helpful.
precarious position that you're in.
Precarious position. We're both in.
Fair point.
So, back to my question. You got anything about the others?
I'm not seeing anyone.
Okay. I think as you all, well, as Asper would look out for sure, but as I imagine if Wavy were to look out, there would be nothing for miles for people to see. Or depths, kilometers, whatever math terms we're using instead of freedom units. There's nothing. And Asper's gonna go, like the kind hearted soul he is, and try and peer over the ledge to see if he can find his friends below him.
I'm
What would Wavy
gonna
be doing?
walk towards him.
Okay.
See
And as
anything?
as you walk towards him, are you leaning over the edge or are you just walking in his direction?
I'm not leaning over the edge, but I do want to know what's down there. So it's sort of like sidelong glance.
With a sidelong glance, what he can see and what you see off of the eye is just inky blackness. Like this level of water you seem to be on has yet to permeate anywhere else. No light is coming from below. It's very much an as below, so below situation where you look up into a black void and you look down below into a black void as well. And Asper's
Does
going
it
to try and
help
reach his head down.
that does it help that I have devil sight so I can see in darkness both magical and non-magical?
What is the distance of your devil sight?
120 feet.
It would not help. You would,
Incredible.
yeah, there would be a void both directions beyond 120 feet.
Hey, Asper, can you see in the dark?
Yeah, but not that far. You think we should try like making a rope and climbing down?
I think that's a great idea.
Okay. You want to go first?
No, no, no. I think that you should go first. Here, let me help you tie the rope.
Well, I thought a captain would always be the one going to save his crew first, but I'm willing to remind you why you're 14th mate.
Do you want help or not?
Yeah, I'll take help.
Great. I'm gonna take out a rope and sort of tie it and
Mhm.
make sure it's snug and hand the
Nice.
end to Asper.
And Asper will take it and start descending. I imagine it takes a while for him to like learn how to situate to get over. He was never great at rigging, but he's got like one hand on the edge and one hand on the rope ready to start going down. And we'll say, if you're holding that end, how do you plan to get down here?
I'll give you one chance. Call me Captain. As he takes out his sword and holds it next to the rope.
You're showing right now why nobody will ever again call you Captain Wavy.
I cut the rope.
And Asper falls deep below. You don't hear a splash. You don't hear a crash. You hear nothing as Asper Rhyme falls into the abyss below him. Until a couple seconds later you hear, "Oh, you want to be captain that badly? Your ship's over that way." And you see an illusionary thing off in the distance of what could be your ship or could be a different ship. Find a way out of here and it's yours again.
Well, that's just perfect.
And your platform starts lowering. We're going to cut to Kumquat. You are also muted.
Sorry.
Can't hear you. Oh, there. Okay.
Okay.
You and your sisters are gathered. Is it at the body? Is it elsewhere? What's the scene you find yourself in?
We are gathered at the body of the puppet Lemon Mercy.
And you see tattered, not destroyed, could be put back together if enough of your Fey magic was let into it, but definitely not a unit accessible for 3 Fae like yourselves to continue puppeting in the moment.
Okay, girls, this is why we all have mending. So let's get to mending.
Don't you think it's better to figure out where everyone else is before we take the time to fix this whole puppet?
Why is this the voice I chose? No, we need to be prepared. The wild magic will protect everyone when we find them. We don't want to be caught like unawares, okay?
Okay. And which sister would be the one more likely to stay with you and mend versus which one would be the one more defiant?
I think passion fruit would be more defiant, but Pomelo would be more like, okay.
Okay. Then Pomelo sets to mending with you and starts on the lower limbs so that you can do whatever you need to do with like the upper part where I imagine you will probably spend much of your time. And then Pomelo will be looking around or trying to say, shouldn't we be trying to get to the others? Shouldn't we be like moving? We're in a room all by ourselves. And you would look up and see it's like a glass room. It's got a glass floor, glass ceiling. It's very much a cube with a hallway that leads somewhere. Outside, you just see what looks like the ends of space itself, except for the fact that the stars are moving and blinking on and off, almost like fireflies in the middle of the night. But fireflies aren't in space, and stars don't blink and move.
All right. Passion fruit, I'm going to call. Okay, listen up, tens. Another 10 is speaking. I am going to investigate. Okay, I want the two of you to be safe, so I will do this. Like, God, please stay safe, okay?
So, do you want us like to stay here so that if a way out opens, we can run out, or do you want us to stay here so that
Yes.
if you don't die, you can come back and find us quickly?
If you want to stay, I'm not going to say no. Being inside the puppet suit will keep you safe. But if you feel like you need to go, then go, okay?
Okay.
Pinky promise?
Yeah, and both sisters reach out their pinkies and give you a pinky promise, nice and tight. You can hear a bit of like quivering in their voices as like Pomelo tries to still be like, I know what I'm doing. We've got this. You can tell your siblings are scared.
I know you got this. You wouldn't be my siblings if you didn't.
That's right. Tens,
Only the
10.
finest. Yeah, only tens in this family.
And then, do you make your way down that hallway, or is there something else you want to look for?
I'll do a quick perception check, and then kind of just a quick like cursory glance around before making my move. Hey, fairy dice, do me well. Yes, 14 plus 5 for a 19.
Nice. I think on that 19, it's not about what you see, but what you don't see. Like, even though this is glass and you can see the world outside, you don't see any rest of the structure. So you would know that, like, it's not... Something is obscuring it, whether it be the thing outside, whatever this ink is, whatever it is. You also don't see any chips in the glass. It'd be up to you to determine if you wanted to see if it's easy to break or not, but it looks pristinely maintained in all aspects of it. Even corners where you expect to see like some of that sand that just falls, there's nothing. It's just sheer glass lining each other up.
Okay. Kumquat thinks it would probably be a bad idea right now, so close to her siblings, to just break the glass, so they're going to go forward a bit, go down this hallway.
Nice. And as you make your way that way, we'll pan out once more to Misty.
Hey.
Hey, how's it going?
Going good, I hope. Wherever
Yeah.
Misty land.
Misty would land in a very similar room to what Kumquat has seen. But the difference here is you don't need to wonder if these are stars or not, because you know you are deep below the water.
Okay.
The sea is all around you. You have probably never had a more encompassing connection with it, as you've probably never been this far surrounded by it. And you would know that all the things moving have to be some sort of sea life, have to have some connection to it. What's Misty thinking as you're so close to your deity, but so out of touch with it?
Yeah, the Misty just holding the sword and the amulet, just like feeling deep like sadness that she could even be more closer to her deity, but like is very determined for the mission at hand to help as much as she can here.
Okay. And what would your mind be going towards as you're thinking of help?
Help was like the last thing I think Missy remembers was like the spirits are trapped down below and trying to figure out how to like free them so they can cross over or go wherever they need to go or find bodies they need,
Yeah.
anything in that realm.
And as your mind heads to the bodies and you think of the spirits and helping them cross over, can you make me a perception check, please?
Yeah, I use my new lizard dice.
Everyone's got the new dice tonight.
I
Look at
know.
y'all.
Look at that. Part two.
Hope they don't betray you.
It does 12.
12. Yeah,
That's terrible.
it's yeah, it's not terrible, especially when you're so attuned to everything around here. It's hard to make out, but you have a feeling as you start thinking about the spirits. You see people walking outside of the room in that inky blackness. You don't know if there's a path out there or not, but you're pretty sure something's out there. But on a 12, you're not able to make out much else.
Okay. I was like, so is Misty alone or is Wisp with her? Or
Misty is all alone.
cool. And it's just glass walls and stuff. So that's like only one path and it's the inky blackness.
It's into a hallway.
At least in a hallway. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, cool.
Outside has inky blackness.
Okay.
Yes.
Um yeah, I think like yeah, Missy will like I guess like feel the sword first to see if that's like getting cold or hot as she moved towards through the hallway.
The interesting thing about your sword is it doesn't seem to react anymore. You
That's
see the amulet on it ticking.
mhm,
Whatever this clockwork amulet is, some sort of timekeeping has been restored to it. But
okay.
any connection to cold, warmth, heat is gone.
Okay.
And as you reflect on that, you would notice that the concept of heat seems entirely deprived from down here. It's not cold in the way that you were drawn by like the cold. It's not cold in the way like you touch metal or a dessert and it's too much on your mouth at once. This is the absence of growth. This is a frigid cold that prevents life and prevents renewal. And it's a cold that if you're here for a while will eventually get to your bones.
Okay. Yeah, I think this Misty's gonna go down the hallway.
And as you head down your hallway, we turn to Wisp in your own room, where you see the same structure, almost like these are arrival points or something. A square room made of glass, leading to a central chamber somewhere off in a hallway. And you would have a very similar realization to Misty, but you know that these are not stars for a very different reason.
Wisp is not used to feeling lost. She is used to knowing that even if she cannot see them, the stars above are there to guide her. So she is going to take a moment to have some deep breaths and steady herself in this moment of knowing that she is shut away from the stars. And as she breathes, she's going to try and tune in to the spirits that she knows are in this place and the crew that she knows is around as well. Try to just focus her mind on those tasks at hand. And her goal is going to be to find her fellow crewmates. Oh, oh, am I? What? Is this a Katie's
Hopefully that
doing?
hopefully that didn't ruin the thing. My internet Or some. I refreshed and it all fixed. I don't know what that.
Right.
I was like, Discord just had a mini shutdown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm tracking it on Twitter.
The overlay.
Okay.
Oh. Hey, at least
Hey,
it's
we
not
all
my
went
fault.
in. We're back in our spots. Good
Yeah.
job. That.
Let's
Look at that.
go. And this is
Incredible.
why I do need to switch platforms that we stream from. But
Let's
Wisp is
just
feeling lost, and
Yeah.
we're gonna be found again.
The fact you cut out before any of that, so let's take a few seconds back and let's just reintroduce you.
Love it.
So, Mist finds herself very much in the same room as most of the others, but knowing full well that there are no stars around.
And Wisp takes a moment to process her discomfort, her deep discomfort at the fact that she is shut off from the stars. She is used to knowing that even if she cannot see them, stars can see her, and she knows in this space that they cannot see each other. And she's going to focus her mind on what the task at hand is, which is finding her friends, finding a particular spirit for her, and putting this place to rest. And when she settles her mind into that task, she's going to set about trying to find the crew.
Did you make your way along the hall?
She will make her way down the hall.
We go back now to Wavy. Your devil sight about 120 feet below. You see a pedestal on which you imagine your dais to rest, and 3 hallways extending from it. And you see, as you're going lower, this watery, frozen surface tension start to take on a more glass-like appearance. And you're lowered to the ground at the same time. 3 others emerge from different hallways. And can I get a perception check from everyone, please?
Everyone.
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 All
18.
4 of you.
That's crazy.
All of my
That's
lovely
a natural
friends.
20.
Okay.
So 19.
That's 7 plus 5 for 12.
Okay.
That's 13 plus 11 for a 24.
Okay. And Misty?
18.
18. Okay.
Yep.
So the only 2 people that catch it are Wavy and Miss. Nope. Wavy and... I haven't written that. I keep
Wisp.
wanting to call you Echo is the problem. It's Wisp, but in my mind, it's been Echo since day one. Are Wavy and Wisp, as you would both see a sight that only happened moments ago to Wavy, but something probably unexpected to Wisp, as the body of an Asper Rhyme floats into the abyss way out past any door anyone can see.
Oh.
Wisp will track that to share with the stars later, because that was not something that the stars had shared with her in advance. Audience members might remember Wisp as the ship's navigator. She is here now. She's always
She
been
is
here.
and she is here now with some new friends on a mission. That mission opens forward as the dais lands. A set of glass doors, etched into the wall, doesn't seem to have existed prior, opens itself up. And the first thing you all hear is a scream that seems to have been echoing for centuries, followed by a couple cries of people who may have given up their last or accept that this is the end. And then once again, just to Wavy, a voice saying, "Well, your ship lies ahead if you're brave enough to take it." And in front of you...
Am I...
Mhm.
Sorry, am I now down with everybody else?
You would be, yes.
And we're all sort of in a central room together?
About like 15 or so feet from each other, but in this central corridor that is opening to what lies ahead.
Okay.
And so as it opens, you would see that blackness recede from the walls around it, and just a large labyrinthine maze going forward. And very much as it happens, it comes in through part of the glass and writes up top, "Welcome to your new home. I hope you enjoy your stay." In both Common and Elvish and Triton. You'd imagine it's a bit of a joke, but one in poor taste or not, as you all are down here. As you look forward, a lot of it reveals itself to you, because that sort of blinding black ink is gone, and you just see very much like a mirror maze, rooms upon rooms stretching out far beneath the ocean, but not really clear where one starts or one ends until you get to the point where you can find it. What would the party like to do? Or is there anything you'd all say to each other?
Would
As
Wisp have seen that, like, Wavy pushed Asper, or did Wisp just see Asper fall?
Just Asper fall.
Okay.
I think Wavy is probably the first one to speak, and he sees everybody and says, "So a bit of good news, bad news, bad news.
Let's get bad news, bad news.
Okay.
Bad news number one: Sunshine is taking a bit of a nap. She didn't take to the transition very well.
Of course.
Bad news number two: we're lost. Good news:
Yeah, I could have told you that.
Captain Asper's dead, and I'm the captain now.
Whoa. Hold on. Rerun that back. I feel like that's
I
three
was
bad
second
news.
in line.
I don't think that was true.
I'm pretty sure that's
true.
No. That's like three bad news you just said right there.
No, I'm pretty sure it's good news.
Probably for you, but we need to vote on that, and we don't have time to vote on that at this time.
I think we do. No, yeah, like as head of HR. Hi, I'm Kumquat. I'm one of the three fairies that was piloting Lemon Mercy.
Oh, hey,
I think we do have time to take a quick vote. So, all in favor of Wavy Jones being the new captain, say aye.
Wavy raises. Aye.
All in opposition.
Aye.
3 hands raised. Aye.
Wavy may be correct, though, in that Captain Asper is gone.
Wavy, I elect you temporary leader.
I accept.
Okay.
Right.
If everyone else is okay, because we probably could use a leader right now, and Wavy does have the most experience being a captain.
I don't know if captain leadership is what we need right now, or what will help us here. I actually would like to elect Misty as leader.
Oh, okay.
I heard that Misty is like taken back on that. I was like, I don't think I'm the leadership material as of right now. As like I'll help. How about Wavy just be temporary right now, and then I would be second in command. You good with that, Wavy?
Sounds excellent. You'd be my first mate.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Slay.
Happily.
Oh.
Work.
Well, since you're navigator expertise, do you know which direction we should probably go here? I know it's kind of like a lot to ask.
I can stay as navigator and do my best. The normal stars that I navigate under are not with us here, but I might be able to work out something else.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, is there a clear path forward for us, or are we?
There's a clear, like, it's a mirror maze, but there is a clear path forward into the maze, if you were to take it. You also are very high-level casters and fighters and things. You could try and create your own path, if you don't trust Welcome to Your New Home.
Just a little point. Wisp is a 10th level divination wizard, and as such, I just have sea invisibility like
Mhm.
always.
Okay.
So that's fun. But
Mhm.
looking through my new spells.
Yeah. And while you are looking, something your sea invisibility would give you is that not in the room, or not in any of this mirror maze, but floating outside are a bunch of invisible crew birds who don't seem to have any issue with breathing, who don't seem to be crushed by the weight and pressure of it, but you just see hundreds of seagulls being sentries on the outside, unseen to everyone else.
About to get hype about seeing Crewbird.
I will say that there are many crew birds here. Perhaps some of them might be willing to help lead us.
I don't want to steal your job, but I think I know where to go.
Where do we go, Wavy?
He just wants to follow the voice that told him where his
Mhm.
ship is.
Yeah? Did you head
Which
straight
I
forward
assume is
then?
just into the maze, right?
Very much so, yes, yeah.
Do I get any pushback?
I was like, Misty was like, you're the captain. What pushback am I gonna do? Misty's over
Oh
here.
my god.
Misty's gonna take if I can have it. I would like to have chalk to mark the ground with.
Yeah, you've got chalk.
Cool.
I
Mhm.
think
I
that's
was like, Captain Wavy, if this is the right direction, I'm gonna mark the ground if this is the way you want to go.
I know the trick to mazes. You just follow one of the walls.
Mm.
Wisp is not going to stop Wavy from doing this, but will still use with her gnomish lineage spell speak with animals to
Mhm.
call one of the crew birds down to her so that she can speak to them.
What do you say?
Hello.
You have come.
Yes. You were expecting us.
Yes, the fair lady of the sea needed you here.
The fair lady. Is that Celestine or the sea itself?
Well, you clearly have heard the siren's call.
Sorry, what was that?
You have clearly heard the siren's call.
I have heard it for generations. Can you lead us?
We've brought you here.
What was that last one? I'll try to remember.
We've brought you here.
Yes.
That's all the leading you need.
Right. Thank you.
We'll be watching.
I know.
To everyone else, this bird is still invisible.
It just looks like Wisp like talking to her
So
hand.
with this just talking to herself,
Mhm.
Misty's just
Very
gonna
much in the
Secretly
same way
roaming
that
me.
Misty has been squawking at Crewbird. Wisp starts squawking at an invisible Crewbird.
I
But it was
feel
like at least Misty has someone in front of her.
if you're cool with it, I feel like the way that Wisp speaks to animals sounds different than like the squawking that Misty would do. I feel like Wisp's is more of like just a whisper or a tune that doesn't make sense to anyone but resonates with the animals.
Sure.
Sweet. Um yeah, and then I guess, she'll just like if the bird wants to sit on her hand, it can sit on her hand, if not it can fly away, but she'll follow Wavy through the maze.
When you dismiss it or indicate you're done, it goes right back out through the glass and goes back to just being a sentry outside, ever present, always watching, always Crewbird.
Wisp
Always in our hearts.
We love
Wisp will
Crewbird.
say
Cool.
to the crew around her, there are many eyes upon us now.
Oh yeah, the sea is watching.
And Wavy
Shall
then
we
is a
go?
Let's go.
I was like, yeah, maybe. You're leading the way. I just got the chalk. I'm just drawing lines on the ground because I don't trust mazes.
Yeah.
Mazes can move.
Always
Makes
go
sense.
left in a
All right.
maze. That's how you get out.
To the left.
As you enter the maze, drawing chalk on the ground, can I get everyone to make a perception check as it goes dark, please?
Exciting.
Ooh.
Would you consider this perception check relying on sight and does dark
I
vision?
Got another nat 20.
I
Sorry.
would consider it sight, and it is magical darkness.
Magical darkness, okay.
Holy
10
shit.
plus
It is
5
not
for
considered sight.
15.
15, nat 20, for 19.
19.
19.
Wavy's in his element.
Wavy knows. Wavy has a mission. Wavy's like, my ship's down here somewhere. We are not deviating.
I have ship.
My Starface understands the assignment that it is here for Wisp. 19 plus 11.
So as
Damn.
this darkness descends, this magical darkness, it's something otherworldly, which I think is how Wisp navigates it so well, is that you're able to glimpse the spots that are missing, which are the spots you know stars should be. And you know you can follow the path. It's not always left. If you go left, you're going to have issues.
Yes.
But it does take you as you go. And as we go, different panels seem to freeze people in time and call out to them. The first one is you, Wisp. You're frozen, and you look over, and the rest of you can see this happening. You can interact in any way you'd like, but Wisp is the only one that it seems to be reaching out to. And you see an elven woman, or a dwarven woman, who looks very similar. Gnomish woman. Weren't you an elf at some point? Anyway, a gnomish woman who looks very similar to you.
I was an elf yesterday with Sean, but...
whose face and hand are pressed up against the glass from the other side, as though she's screaming for your help, but nothing's coming out, and nothing can be heard. The rest of you see someone that's probably related to Wisp in any capacity, you're not sure the relation, seemingly trapped and sinking further into the depths around you.
I mean, so Wisp, like, does Wisp understand this to be like a reflection, or?
I think it's up to you. This is glass, and you've seen the glass reflections, but this is dark, and it's really hard to get a reflection in a dark room.
I think that having come down here specifically to find and free her mother, Wisp in this moment would be like pulled to this reflection and would try to cast remove curse. She's gonna try and cast remove curse on this.
So from our perspective, do we see anything in the glass, or?
You see beyond the glass this gnomish figure of some relation to Wisp sinking into the blackness beneath you.
I want to try to stop Wisp from approaching this glass.
Okay. Is there anything the other two are doing? Oh. In that case, and you can add as we go. Wavy, are you trying to stop in like a persuasive way or maybe a grapple-y type way?
Oh no, immediate grapple.
I knew the answer to the question.
Ooh.
I wanted to confirm. Yeah, go ahead and go for a grapple. And Wisp, go ahead and try and oppose it.
Am I opposing with
Strength acrobatics or dex acrobatics, up to you.
Alright.
That's a 5?
I mean, we'll see what I roll, but... Did I also get a 5? No. I don't want to do beyond anymore. It's a 12. I got a 12.
Okay. So, just having a bit more awareness of the space around you all, Wisp, you're able to move before Wavy can react, and you go up to the wall and you cast Remove Curse.
Which is a touch spell, so I will touch it.
Yeah. You put your hand to a thick wall of glass, and you see the hand on the other side try and reach up through a thick wall of glass. You cast Remove Curse. You see your mother start sinking further, but this wall has a faint shimmer of it, as something magical seems to be lessening in property for the area.
Stop her from going in the mirror. Stop her! Stop her! This is a trap! Help!
So, is Wisp sinking into the mirror right now, or?
Wisp isn't sinking into the mirror, but this panel is no longer as structurally sound as it was.
Oh,
Ooh.
that's not good.
The other two,
Run?
anything you want to do.
So if Wisp is like, so is Wisp like falling through, or is just everything's weakened?
Currently, it would just be touch and you see a magical ripple go out, and you know that that wall is not the same thick glass everything around here is.
Yeah, I think like Misty would just call out the Wisp. It's like, Wisp, let's step away from that.
I don't think I need to.
Mm.
Mm,
Wisp will try to push through.
Okay. Kumquat, anything you're doing as Miss try to push through?
Just giving that look like narrowing guys like why
Then yeah.
I'm gonna I don't I as she do I want to use a spell slot? It would only delay. It wouldn't. I guess.
And Wavy, you are
I guess
quick on your
I
feet
will.
if there's something else you would want to do.
So, would you say that she's leaving my threatened area?
I would say she's leaving your threatened area, yeah.
I want to take an opportunity attack with an unarmed strike.
Okay,
Amazing.
feel free.
Great. I don't.
And
quite know
Mika,
how
if
to-
you figure out a thing you want to do, feel free to let us know.
I'm going to cast polymorph.
Okay.
I love this.
So I also
Let's
got a
see
nat
what Wavy
20.
does. Oh my god!
oh
So
God.
I'm using an
let's
unarmed
let Wavy
strike.
cook first.
And the feat that I took
Mm-hmm.
is Sentinel, so her speed is reduced to 0.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been so good.
And what did you get though, Wisp?
Oh, so I need to roll a saving throw against the polymorph. Are you polymorphing me?
No, Wavy. I'm not going to polymorph since Wavy did
Okay.
their thing. Yeah.
Perfect.
Well,
Then
Wavy
yeah.
didn't work, right? It was a nat 1.
No, nat 20.
No, I got a nat 20.
Nat
I
20.
got
Oh,
my
wait,
third
Yeah.
my third
so
nat 20 in a row.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's gonna hit. That's absolutely gonna hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you push and the wall starts to fade, very much like how if you've ever been to like those museums that have the bubbles that can go all around you and you push on it and after a bit it will pop. The glass starts to bend very much like something pushing through cellophane or trying to push through a bubble before you're frozen in place by Wavy. I imagine putting a hand on you, but I will leave it to Wavy to describe what it looks like as they stop you from doing what you're doing.
I think what his Sentinel is so he's a Oath of the Sea paladin, which is all about freedom of movement, but
Mhm.
occasionally he can rob other people of it. And so I think that he just like punches you and you feel this chill over your body as like the cold of the sea takes you and you just sort of stop for a moment. You also took 7 points of damage because I crit you.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that does
Sorry.
still happen. It's an unarmed strike, but you're still hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am, in fact, a wizard. Yeah, that will halt Wisp, and she snaps back to her senses and the people around. She will say, "I'm sorry. I felt it weakening and thought maybe we could push through, escape the maze. Shortcut. I might."
That's not the escape you want.
Yeah. Would that like put us in the ocean depths and crush us and drown us?
Perhaps.
Yeah.
I'd imagine.
Perhaps.
Well, I was just. The walls here don't make as much sense as walls normally do. When Asper broke the wall in the abandoned ship, it broke through to something else. I just thought maybe. But maybe not. It is a risk. We can push on to the maze. I do see another path this way.
And you lead on through the darkness. As you walk away, that wall hardens back up, and a
Oh,
bit
thank God.
of the darkness dispels itself, as it had to be funneled into the wall to maintain its structure. All of you now can see as though it's dim light, and you can see the paths going forward. Our navigator, still being able to navigate through the space missing in the darkness, can make it the furthest, but now you can see it's not just Wisp's mom that's out there. There are hundreds of faces, hundreds of names, all staring in at you. Some of them look tired, is the best way to say it. And the ones that close their eyes for the last time, a tendril very similar to Esper's just comes up and grabs them, and slowly lowers them below. And after a few moments, a new face replaces theirs. And as you're walking, the cycle doesn't seem to be ending. But you make your way towards the end of the maze, where once again, Wavy, you hear, "It's not far now. You're doing a great job. Better than I thought anyone would, especially someone whose name was already here once. Oops." But again, only you hear that. What's everyone's mental state as they're finishing this fun little walk through a graveyard?
I think Missy's
Just-
still determined right now. Just draw it on the ground. Just trying, ready to help free. Deter, all right, just focusing. Never mind it.
Kumquat's on edge.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. She's preparing, or she's ready to cast a spell at a second's notice.
Okay.
Wisp is definitely rattled a bit that she is usually so sure of the way to go and she's already misstepped. And so uncertain and so unguided. She's feeling uncomfortable, and part of her still wants to go back to that mirror and see if it reformed. Is her mother still there? Can she get through? She's still thinking back to that mirror.
Wavy's feeling great. He
Classic Wavy.
just got a new crew. He's got this voice telling him where to go, some direction for once.
Mhm.
You know, he's had been sort of down and out for a while, been a disembodied spirit trying to be a warlock patron, and now he's back to being a captain, and he loves it.
Yeah.
Yes. And it's with
Wavy, you seem to know where you're going. You're very confident. It's very attractive, but also very sus.
Thank you.
Very sus. Yes.
Is that the first syllable of the word sustenance? Like, you find how
You
confident
give
I
me
am?
substance. You give me life. No. Suspect.
Well,
Although your
I have been
antics
called
do
that
sometimes
before.
give me life on bad days. But no, suspect. You're a little too confident. I mean, I get the captain should be confident, but you're a little you've got this unearned audacity about you.
How dare you suggest this is unearned?
To be fair, I don't know you. I don't know your whole spiel, your whole shtick, but it feels kind of unearned right now.
I'm Wavy Jones, King of the Ocean, Lord
You
of the
keep
Seas.
saying that. That means nothing to me.
Yeah.
And as you claim to be king of the ocean, you hear an audible as the panel beneath you cracks. Doesn't break, but there's a very clear indicator of something that you are not.
I'm
I'm flying
gonna
right now.
step from where I am to somewhere else. And he's gonna.
I was like, Misty's just gonna see the crack and be like, "It looks like the ocean don't like you, Lord of the Ocean."
Not everybody likes a monarch.
No.
Mm.
So,
Down with the
so how
king.
do you know which way we're going?
Yeah.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
I got good eyes.
Right. I'm rolling insight.
Hmm.
I like the inside check.
Go ahead and oppose it, Wavy.
It's a 19
Deception or
plus
perception?
1 for a
You
dirty,
said
filthy, salty 20.
Ooh, a salty.
19 plus 1. Okay, so I'm gonna roll deception.
I got a 11.
Sort of got if you get another nat 20.
I mean,
I got an 18 plus 5, so 23.
I'm
Great.
okay with that.
Wisp, are you trying to oppose it anyway? Okay. Yeah.
I rolled
Then-
low.
As much as you hate it, what's being said rings me as true.
I'm gonna level with you.
Okay.
Mhm.
I know where I'm going.
Yes.
Because
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think I've been here before. Is that true? I think it's not true.
I mean, it's not true, but it's not something Wavy would say.
Right.
So I will let
Yeah.
you choose how much Wavy wants to buy into that.
Yeah. So Wavy is lying.
Okay. We believe it.
Yeah, it was like, oh, it makes sense with the whole sword and that we found
Mm.
with Wavy.
Yeah.
And like there's a lot of
believe
trap spirits over here, and Wavy's very hard headed and probably found a way to escape here. So that makes sense.
I
Misty,
do
you're
have
so
a bit
right.
of a follow-up question.
Yeah.
Does anybody else hear perhaps some kind of voice?
I hear
Mm,
screaming, right? The Missy
Yeah.
was one. Yeah. Like I hear screaming and agony pain right now.
So nobody with sort of like a silky smooth voice telling you where your ship is.
This is concerning.
I don't have a ship.
Gotcha. That must be the difference. Okay, moving on.
Wait, hold on. You can't just drop that on us and just try to walk away. What do you mean you hear a silky voice? And why did the floor plan crack below you? So there's a lot going on, Wavy.
Well, I think it didn't like when I said that I was king of the ocean, even though it's true.
Again, on the tile.
You should stop saying that, Wavy.
Why would I stop saying that I'm king of the ocean? I've
No,
been king
no,
of the
no,
ocean my entire life.
oh,
I was born
oh,
into it.
Well,
Wait.
Wavy, can you make me a dex saving throw?
I believe
Gladly.
the voice has a name.
It's Crewbird.
Cooper.
Oh my god, I'm rolling so well. I got a 19 plus 5, 24.
Perfect.
Mm,
As Wisp
gonna
starts to say, I
backfire on you.
believe it has a name, and Wavy, for the third time in a row, claims to be king of the ocean. Not a tunnel, but more of like an ever-stretching entity tries to grab you. Very similar to the tentacles you've seen outside, but with your training and your sheer audacity, you're able to jump out of the way, and you all see that as it connects, very much like a cylinder between the top and bottom of where Wavy would have been standing, just the air inside starts to pull, and you just see it vacuum out until there's nothing in there except for blackness, and then it recedes down, and all of the cracks are healed. Wavy's fine, but who knows what would have happened if they were caught in that.
All right, so we're just not gonna diss the ocean. Everybody got that? We're gonna add that to the crew rules, right, Wavy? We're gonna add that to the crew rules.
I don't believe it's the ocean that Wavy is upsetting.
Who's the upsetting Wisp?
Okay, then who's he upsetting?
Celestine, Siren, Blackwater.
Who?
The sword, right? Who owned the sword?
crew bird we knew before. I don't know if that one is among us now, as she looks up to birds only she can see. Delivered that name.
Misty, are we the only two who have not been affected by cabin fever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm feeling like. Disembodied voices and birds. That's a lot that we're not seeing.
Yeah, I
So,
don't.
wait, how you know this is not a trap that you're leading us to?
That seems deeply unlikely.
Why?
Well,
What in this place has made you trust the disembodied voice?
well, you know, I mean, it seems nice.
Nice. That's all you need.
Hold on. I know a trick for this. Sunshine has this hat that makes her smart. Maybe it'll work on me too.
And he's gonna take out the thinking cap, which is kept into like, and put it on his head.
Mhm.
Does this seem like a good idea to follow the voice?
I think that's an answer only Wavy can answer. Like, this, I think, knowing enough of, like, Wavy, knowing enough of pirate lore, 100% there's not a no strings attached situation going on here. But this person's been gone for a while, and if they're in here, it means something bad happened to them. So they're probably not at whatever strength they were.
Well, I'm gonna put it this way. Since she seems to want us to do something, it means she can't make us do it. I think we have the upper hand by making the choice that I want to make. So I'm gonna go look for my ship, and you're welcome to come with me. It's a very nice ship, and it can take us out of here.
What do you think, Kumquat?
I mean, do
This
we have
could be
any other
leading.
ideas?
I feel like there's not a lot of other paths, and we shouldn't split up.
Yeah.
But I also have a feeling this is probably leading to all of our deaths.
And as you say, split up,
Yeah.
you see 4 or 5 different paths just of the one in front of you all separate out as like just the sound of glass scraping on glass echoes throughout. The screams are hushed from the amount of it, and then it quiets back, and then the moaning begins and the scream begins. And there are now 4 paths in front of you.
See, I told you
And
guys that
above
Mace's
each
move.
one of them, feel free to split up.
No, I don't like that. No.
Wow,
No.
some great suggestion. Great suggestion. Not feeling that. And I told you guys Mace's move.
I think we should do a rock, paper, scissors tournament, and whoever wins gets to choose.
Where's a voice telling you, Wavy, to go?
Oh,
It's more like a
it's
pull.
it wants me to go that direction.
And he's gonna point in the direction of the pull.
So we're not going that direction, then. We're eliminating that.
Okay. Let's go to the far left.
Okay.
Go the opposite. We gotta think like a pirate, Wavy. This is a trap.
Okay, I'm gonna level with you again. It seems like it's probably telling me the truth, because I do know that my ship was taken from me. Follow up to that is it probably wants me to give it something, which I will happily give it anything for my ship.
Like blood, a blood sacrifice.
Like us, your crew.
Oh, I would never give up my crew.
Can I inside track that?
Yep.
Yeah. Inside.
Yeah, of course.
That's an 8.
Any weird shit Wavy says, feel free to ask for an insight check.
17?
That's a 13. You think that he means it in this moment, but that doesn't mean that it's true. You think he could? Yeah, I think 5 higher than what I got. You know that he believes in this moment, but also he's a fickle man, and so that decision could easily change in the future.
Yeah. I was
Wait.
like, Missy's just gonna be like, you literally have like timelines of when you want to make us walk the plank, Wavy.
Yes, and
So
yours was very long.
I know I'm very grateful that mine is very long, but that can change, I believe.
It is, yeah, okay. Sure, fine. We can check out the other paths first. My ship's not going anywhere, probably.
Probably.
Yeah, maybe this is the correct path where your ship is at.
That's
Go
true.
do the opposite of the voice. Because we're not splitting up. These suggestions are very, I don't like the suggestions.
Are you sure we shouldn't split up? It would be very efficient.
I feel like I heard it by time at pirate time that has not ever been efficient and lead to so many dangers. Maybe back in the day, during your time, maybe that was probably did so well. But right now,
How about two groups of two? It'll be twice as fast.
okay,
That's not the worst.
that's not the worst.
Yeah.
I'll go with you, Wavy.
Incredible.
All right.
And then is like if it's a dead end and stuff, we come right back in the middle and wait for the other group.
I have an idea.
So I want to take the time to summon a familiar because I should be able to talk to it, right? Like then we can sort of communicate.
Nice.
Specifically your warlock familiar, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a range of 150 feet that the telepathic link remains open.
I mean, yeah, that sounds
I
right.
just
Oh,
realized
no,
I
100.
100, okay.
I picked like 0 battle spells.
I have a better idea. Instead of find familiar, I'm going to do find steed.
Ooh.
Because it says I can communicate with my steed within a mile.
And what does Wavy or Sunshine's steed looks like, depending on who's casting it?
So Sunshine is the warlock, and so Wavy is sort of borrowing her spellcasting, and so what he summons is, I think it's like one of those like smaller donkeys, because
Okay.
she's a goblin, so it's got to be kind of small,
Mhm.
and so he just summons a tiny donkey.
Keep this noble steed with you, and I can communicate with you telepathically. Well, I can communicate with the steed telepathically, and if anything goes wrong on either end, we can signal to each other.
That's a great idea, Wavy.
Nice. Then we have two groups, one of Wavy and Misty, and one of Wisp and Kumquat. And I imagine, Wavy, you'd want to follow the one that you're called towards.
Oh yeah.
And the other two? Yep. Coming through for me?
Yeah.
Test. There we
Oh.
go for stream. Carrot.
Yeah. You're good. So, Kumquat and Wisp, which direction would you all like to head in?
Or
Is
left.
left then.
Okay. Then down one of the central paths, we see Misty and Wavy heading down. Down the far left, we see Kumquat and Wisp, and the other two, with that grinding sound once again, steal up, as paths not chosen are no longer present. And you all make your way down. I think that's where we'll take our break for tonight.
Hello and welcome back to Shipwrecks on Don't Kill My Character. I am Kate and I am not the crew master anymore, so I'm just going to toss it back over to Sean.
Yes, welcome back from break, everyone. For those of you that may have joined during the break or have just been lurking, a quick recap before we get into part 2. Things are bad, and our crew has just decided to split the party and go in 2 different directions. That's where we're at. And we'll join...
Did we really decide, or did you kind of strong arm us?
I don't know the answer to that. I put 4 paths and you all said, shouldn't we do 2 and 2?
I'll stay on the record. I said no.
I will look
I
back
wanna
at
say
the
on the
audio,
record-
and I'm pretty sure I didn't talk for like 15 minutes there. So
Yeah, I want to say on the record, I did push to split the party, and it's my fault.
oh, it's not your fault. It's creating opportunities.
Yeah, it's
We'll
opportunity.
now explore. We're gonna
As
start.
king of the ocean, Wavy's got to.
You're lucky we haven't started back up yet. We're gonna start with the pair of Kumquat and Wisp. You all take the far left path, and you head in. And as you're walking in, the light glows. It's been dim light for a bit here, as this maze is ending. But you all get to a spot that's very well illuminated, to the point that nothing beyond the glass is hidden. You see, out in the water, distances away, but not far enough that they can't be perceived, fractals of the reality you're in right now, as it seems to be repeating itself with different people inside each one. You see some of the faces that were in the water behind you, their bodies slumped in a corner, or shred apart in some way. You see people that were flickering in and out in the maze, who look like they're on their last breath or something. But you see off in the distance all of these people in similar situations to you. There's no clear line of communication, but they're within line of sight. You always try and contact them. But the more pressing issue is you see 2 crystalline figures just patrolling, as though they're looking for anything out of place. They're about 2 feet tall. They have little spears, but the spears seem more ceremonial as their claws are much greater. And they don't seem to be guarding anything in particular. They just seem to be making sure everything is as it should be. Is there anything you would do in this moment? Wisp or Kumquat?
Oh, okay. I thought it was the others. Sorry, can you read? I did
No.
too.
Yep.
Well, can you re-describe this for me? Lots of people you can't see. They're not necessarily out. Okay, I'm going to cast Sending
Okay.
and be like, what level of spell slot is Sending? Hold on.
Third. Also,
Love
Kate
how-
Chet is saying they can't hear you.
Oh, hi. Okay. Probably hear me now. Love how Mika and I were both equally just checked out. Like, oh, this isn't us.
That stream checkout is real. Like, you think for a second that this thing's not about you, and you're like, okay, I have 5 seconds to relax.
Well,
yeah.
also, we're both playing characters that we were not playing before, so.
Yeah, so
I'm
even
not
the
used
name
to
recognition
responding to
isn't
the
there.
name.
Anyway,
Okay, so
Wisp and Kumquat.
message. I'm casting message.
Okay.
Hey, so like, what's the deal here?
Oh. Have you not experienced a reset yet?
I shouldn't have eaten. I knew I was going to have to talk right back.
Shout
I'm
out
sorry,
to Snacks, sponsoring streams everywhere. Snacks.
Yep.
Shout out to Blue Cheese by Point Reyes.
Ooh. I have a rosemary and olive oil Asiago from Trader Joe's. Not
Mm.
sponsored, but please sponsor me, Trader Joe's.
Nice. I used to work for a
Sponsored
cheese company.
berries.
Really? Anyway,
Yeah, if
So
you have
we're
let's
cheese,
go
talking
back
highly
into
to
recommend.
the voices at the bottom of
Yeah,
the
back into the
Dekayem
scene.
Sea.
Yeah, so like, what's the dealio here?
as I take it you have yet to be reset?
I don't know what that means, so probably.
How many are you with?
Well, I guess you separate Wavy and Sunshine. There's 7 of us, I guess, since the captain's dead.
Oh, so someone has died.
Yes.
And they didn't come back yet?
Like a zombie?
A zombie would be a kindness. You come back missing small parts of yourself, never entirely at once.
So, like, if you were risen by the Lord of Light in Game of Thrones.
I have not seen this, but it sounds apt.
Is Wisp hearing, seeing any of this conversation?
The way message works, you would hear the kumquat questions.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And Wisp can't see, though, who this conversation is being had with?
I imagine you probably picked someone relatively easy in line of sight. Kumquat.
Okay.
I think at this point I just go up to them.
Yeah.
Oh, they're still like across. They're in their own fractal of this thing. You can't like walk to them.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
We're still in this like mirror maze area.
You've left the mirror maze area, but now like the room you're in seems to be shattered across the entire ocean floor with different people in it in each version.
Okay.
I mean, Wisp is gonna try to find her mom again while this conversation's happening as well.
Well, make a insight check. Not insight, an investigation check, DC 30.
I can't
Oh.
get that. Even with the nat 20, I can't get that.
Okay.
So.
Can you guide yourself or anything? There are
No.
ways. Okay.
I don't think so. I know I have some funky spells for a wizard, but I don't think I have that. Nah.
You look around
tries.
trying to find your mom, but are just overwhelmed by the amount of realities you'd have to peer through to find her. You would notice, though, that a lot of the ones who are fully out in the water are just bodies in the realities they're in. Some of them are fading back and forth, but I'm not sure you'd have the most confidence in finding your mom in a good state right now.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you're doing while Kumquat is having this conversation?
I think this seems like a time to maybe do a little ritual thing. What are my spells?
We love a good ritual thing.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah.
We also love a new level 10 character trying to remember what they can do.
Is jumping into this.
Such a mood.
So I have legend lore. Do I still have? I do still have the spell levels to cast it. Name or describe a famous person, place, or object. The spell brings to your mind a brief summary of the significant lore about the famous thing, as described by the DM. Yeah, so I think that she's going to just like sit in this space while this conversation is happening with Kumquat in the spirits and take the 10 minutes to cast legend lore, specifically on this place, and just try to get as much as she can.
Okay. And while you're casting it, we'll return to Kumquat's conversation then.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you'd like to ask?
Is there a way out of here?
Well, there's a gate at the end, but we haven't found how to get there.
So how do you know there's a gate?
The voice tells us sometimes. After a while, she started talking mostly to mock us.
Okay, so this voice sounds very bleep. So, how you can't trust this voice.
We have nothing else to go on.
That doesn't. That's not comforting. Um, what's your name, by the way? Tell me your life story.
And you will get information from the legend lore as we shift to our other two players who are making their way by a draw to Wavy down a hallway.
So, Misty,
So, Wavy.
we've never really had a chance to talk.
Not really.
I
That's
thought as we near our potential eternal damnation, might be a good time to get to know each other.
Sure. Interesting way to word that. What do you want to know, or do you want me to ask you questions?
What's your favorite food?
Favorite food? I like corn on a cob. They're really nice.
Good choice.
Nice and buttery.
Good choice. A fitting food for a first mate.
Yeah. Why? What? Is there like lore behind that?
Of course there's lore behind that, but we should keep exploring.
Oh, okay.
And what is the situation that we find ourselves in?
The situation you all find yourself in is very different than the one the others do. You, as you descend, feel yourself descending deeper on a slope until it turns into a staircase. And there's no reflections around you. There's no indication anyone else is in this part of the maze, or the maze in general, or the entire temple in which you find yourself. But you're getting deeper and deeper until it's so dark that there's artificial flame on the inside just to keep the lighting going. And you get to the bottom, and you overlook a ship graveyard. Hundreds of ships, all with their names erased, laying in various states on the bottom of the ocean. Some of them you watch as, I think, Misty, you would feel it in the current. But as the tentacle pulls someone down from above, their ship breaks apart with them.
Your sound's breaking up.
Oh,
Yes, me too.
nice. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you repeat that one more time?
Yep. What we do that? Where did it break?
Can you just describe the shifts one more? The tentacle. I heard tentacles.
Cool.
Grabs
My heart. That's where it broke.
Aww. So you're in the ship graveyard, and you would feel in the current that, like, as the tentacles are pulling the people who have abandoned hope from the maze, their ship seems to break. It seems causational, that as one goes, so must the other. And very much just like the names and faces reappearing on the wall or restructuring in the maze, another ship seems to sink from above and land in its place. For an endless amount here. There are a fair few, and I think, Wavy, this is where your eye would be drawn most, that are up on that same watery glass pedestal, as if by some capacity their captains aren't able to be brought down. And you see one of them, as you look down to it, tilt and slide off, and land in the graveyard. What does your ship look like?
I think that Wavy is the kind of jerk that would paint his entire ship just jet black, just the edgiest nonsense you can imagine, with like red sails with skulls drawn on them. Like, he's an idiot.
So the Reapers from Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Nice. Then you see, in pristine condition, because without you being here, they can't take your ship. Your ship just tilt and sink and land with the rest of the ship graveyards. And the voice says, I've brought you to it. How do you plan to get it?
So is there water here? Is that what?
Yep. It's like you're like in the staircase took you down to like an observation room, and then beneath you is where they all are. So they're still like outside of your reach at the bottom of this trench, but you can see your ship clearly.
So, Misty, I see my ship.
That's great. And then Simon's out there in the bottom's ocean where there's a tentacle monster dragging people's hopes and dreams.
Yeah, seems like it.
So it's like a trap, like I stated.
You could call it a trap, or you could call it an opportunity.
An opportunity to get part of a trap.
Well, a trap is only a trap if you get caught. Otherwise, it's something else.
Okay. So we plan on not getting caught.
Well, of course not. I mean...
Yeah. So what's the plan to not get caught, Captain?
Well, as first mate, I'll give you first dibs at a plan.
Wow, geez, thank you. And it's like, so it looks like it's taking the owners of the ships down below and then destroys the ship. So we gotta make sure you don't get touched by those tentacle pieces. And neither shall I either. But, Missy's just gotta look out there and see there's even like a way to even get out there. Besides like the curse dispel thing that they watch Wisp do, they're a different path.
Yeah, go ahead and make me perception or investigation. Wavy, feel free to make it as well.
13. Investigation.
22 perception.
Nice. I think it would be too hard to make out for Wavy. But for Misty, you see very much that same current. You feel life being pulled on. It's carving a path through the sand to something beneath you that you can't see. And you have a suspect feeling that if you can make it to the bottom of whatever you're in is, there's a path provided by the sea out to the ship graveyard.
So Misty will propose that idea. I think we need to just keep on going down. If we keep on going down, there should be a path. And then while we down there with your ship graveyard, do not bring up the ocean. Are we in agreement with that, Wavy?
Don't bring up the ocean, like
what you were saying before the tentacle monster came and got you. That specific set of words that you keep on saying. Don't say it.
Oh, I shouldn't say my title.
Yeah, don't say the title.
I can agree to that.
Cool.
As long as we're in agreement that it's true.
Whatever you say, Captain.
Incredible. You're learning so well.
I know.
Misty, you feel a bit of disappointment from the sea as you agree to that.
I'm so sorry, sea. Don't attack me. Her heart breaks a little.
So I think we'll sort of
keep on going down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
carefully.
And you are able to make your way down. We'll transition back now to our legend lore crew. It'll have been about 10 minutes. You still have those crystalline figures off in the distance, but they don't seem to be perceiving you as a threat, and they don't seem to be thinking anything is wrong here. And Kumquat, you'd be getting a very prisoner's description of guards from who the lady is that's keeping everyone here, while Wisp, you get a description of this place. The thing is just whatever the DM says, right?
Yeah, it's the legend lore spell. It's just the DM. Lore might consist of important details, amusing revelations, or even secret lore that has never been widely known. The more information you already know about the thing, the more precise and detailed the information you receive is. It's accurate, but may be couched in figurative language or poetry, as determined by Shipmaster Sean.
Yeah, and congrats to you
I
for
think this should be a Greek epic poem.
Absolutely, yes.
Congrats,
Actually.
congrats to you for
Yeah.
being the first person to ever cast Legend Lore that I had to describe. There's a first time in every GM's career where they need to pull a shit ton of lore out of everywhere because someone said, "Hey, you gotta," and we're here.
And this is
Sorry.
in the style of an epic poem, as told by who did the Odyssey? Why
Homer?
the fuck can I think
Homer?
of his name?
Homer?
Homer. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
cool.
welcome.
So, as
Hi, I'm
giving you-
Mika. I went to a liberal arts school and got a degree in English. I should know these things.
So as I'm giving you this general description, feel free to hear it in your head as an epic poem by Homer.
Boo.
Good job.
You would know,
Coward.
and you are generally familiar with the concept of this place because you've been searching for it for a while, so you'd get more detail than if someone else were to cast it. This place has been around, well, we'll start even before that. The owner of this place is one Celestine herself. She made it thousands of years ago, which anyone would know a Triton does not live thousands of years. And it was originally a temple of devotion to the sea, as she, long ago, would have been one of the highest clerics of the Path of Water, or whatever would be the oath at the time, taking one into a sea domain cleric. But power went to her head, as it often does for those unchecked, and she thought, hey, I know more about the sea than anyone else, therefore I feel I should know what its rules are. I feel I should know what is right and wrong, and if people are to oppose me as the high cleric of a devotion to the ocean itself, who's to say I'm wrong? And as such, channeled her divinities and created this place. As the original temple it was, but removed from time and space into a demiplane existing far beneath the sea, but not in any spot others could access, except for a timepiece, for she was at one time friends with the divination wizard, who was quite skilled in chronomancy, far in the past. Then, for generations, anyone who did things that were crimes to the sea, used with the furthest stretch of that word, for as we've learned past, it could be you caught the wrong fish on the wrong day. People were sentenced here. It started first with people who were committing actual crimes, such as evil piracy or piracy without profiteering, or people who would commit high seas murder for the sakes of like tax evasion, knowing that it doesn't matter if you're on land, if you do it in the middle of the ocean, it doesn't matter. Stuff like that. But then she realized how well it was working, and it became a couple of her crew members who started to do an uprising when they thought, hey, this isn't quite in line with
We're losing your audio a little bit,
Like-
Sean.
Cool. I don't know why this is happening
got
tonight.
you
Something
back.
to investigate for the future. Could be this Discord thing. Who knows? Anyway. So,
It might just be
It's
how
like-
far away from the mic you are, because sometimes
Yeah.
you lean back.
yeah, it could be. We'll see. So, after the criminals, some of the first then trapped were her crew, who were original clerics of the devotion of the sea, who started opposing her beliefs and what was correct. And then they were sent down. And then after that, it was pirate captains who said, the sea is ours. And they and all of their crews were sent down. And then it was people that lived on land that came in and said, hey, could you not ransack our towns? And they went down. And as time went on, it took less and less to send her in. Until one day, the sea itself found her. She spent a long time running, abandoned her relationship with the divination that was given to her, learned more arcane and bardic arts, but you can only veil yourself for so long from an entity as old as the ocean. And it found her, struck her name from the record, erased her ship, and sent her down here, where she's remained for about 500 years. The other thing you'd know about this place is that there's no record of anyone leaving, unless she wants them to get out. But you would know the secrets no one else does. There is a way out. At the bottom, there is a time gate that was programmed as a failsafe that she knew the password to, might still, but there is a way to bring yourselves back to the point before you went down. But you also know that the sea itself has turned against her, and they're fighting for who owns the temple once more. And if you don't have either side on your side, it's much harder than in general. By Homer.
Wisp will breathe all of that in, and she will thank the stars that have been misused like the sea has, recognize that their own divinations were used against them in this case, and make a promise to the stars that she is here for their justice as well. And as she opens her eyes with the stars still in them, she looks at these crystalline figures and at Kumquat communicating with them. And she will say to them, as they're possibly describing their jailer.
Just a quick point of order.
Sure.
The crystalline figures are not the people communicating with Kumquat.
Sweet. Okay. Then I think she would, so she'll say to the people communicating with Kumquat, who have been describing their jailer, where is your jailer? Where does she reside in this space?
She has found a way to come and go. She can never leave, but she can span the ocean around it and also hide in any of the rooms. If she wants to be found, if you want to find her, the easiest way is to insult her directly and she'll hear. But also she tends to guide people she thinks she can manipulate easily into doing what she needs them to. Or, once you get to the point you no longer have hope, she'll start telling you the way out, knowing you no longer have the strength to find it.
Understood. And then I think she will walk over to these crystalline figures and inspect them.
Yeah. They currently appear not inanimate, but in a sentry mode. There's nothing that's happened that's indicated they would need to protect the area that they're in charge of. So they're not actively acting aggressive, but you see there's an arcanotech inside of them made purely of water that, if anything is needed, they will activate and fight to defend or fight to control, depending on the situation. If there's anything else you'd like to find, feel free to ask questions and we can roll for it.
Yeah, I think that, knowing that the sea and Celestine are both battling for control of this space, she'd want to know if these crystalline soldiers would fight on behalf of Celestine's wishes or the sea's wishes.
Make me religion or arcana.
Okay.
Is there anything you'd be doing at this time? Ika?
I guess I'm still having this conversation with Ruki, who is my new pal.
Okay.
This NPC I've been talking to.
Yep, writing that into canon.
Yeah. I think we've just become super good friends.
Okay.
And I know all of their secrets.
Okay. What secrets have you learned?
Absolutely nothing useful.
Okay, cool. If you had said something useful, I was going to let you have it, but...
Oh, okay.
You know the password to the time gate.
Ruki does not know the password to the time gate.
So Ruki knows
something
the location.
Basic level useful.
The location of a treasure chest with a useful item in it.
Yeah. Ruki probably would, because Ruki has gone through his time area. Her time area all the time, thank you.
Yeah.
And she knows the layout well.
Yeah.
You're not entirely sure the layout is the exact same in your land, but you have a feeling that if you were to go past these sentries, there should be a small room up on the left that has a chest in it.
Be able to bring Ruki over to us?
What would you like to do?
I don't care about Ruki that much. Never mind. I have Dimension Door.
Okay.
I did roll a 17 Arcana to see if this room, if these statues before we do something that might annoy the statues.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
You have the feeling that that water coursing through them is currently suppressing them. That they would be much more aggressive if the sea wasn't holding them down.
Absolutely. Then I'll just turn back to what Kumquat is doing, or share what I learned with Kumquat,
Mhm.
and then say, so Celeste, we might want to go back to the Wavy. Seems like if Wavy is hearing Celestine, then he's being driven astray by her.
Okay, first, there's treasure.
Oh?
And I know my bestie, Misty, will appreciate that I go for the treasure first.
And Wavy, at this point, you hear your donkey say to you, they're standing around a lot, and I don't know if that's helpful or not.
I'm gonna need you to tell me everything that you've seen and heard.
They both have done a lot of, like, staring at other things, and then going, oh, they're not really talking to each other, so I can't give you much, but the one's looking at these guards, and one just said treasure.
One of them said treasure.
There's a
Do something
donkey with us.
affirmative.
Treasure.
Is this
That's
Rocinante? Is this donkey
try to convey to
Rocinante?
them. Try to convey to them that they should get the treasure.
I forgot the donkey was
Okay.
with us.
I'll try.
I did
And
too.
as Kumquat,
Rosinate's the donkey of the High Lord of La Mancha. Yes.
Yes.
Incredible.
And as you say treasure for the second time, mentioning your best friend Misty, the donkey kicks up and stirs. I don't think it's able to speak. Andy, please correct me if I'm wrong.
No, we can communicate telepathically and it can understand language, but it can't speak.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, so this donkey just starts kicking up wildly when you mention treasure.
Yeah. The donkey is donkey. You need a name. Let's call you Brunislava. Brunislava is so excited right now.
Brunislava, can you communicate to Wavy that he is walking into a trap?
Sorry, I had to write down that the donkey's name is Brunislava first.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
We have Krubert and Brunislava. These names are great.
Rupert is a lot easier to remember. Yeah, but then
Brew, just Brew for short.
For sure. Wavy, you hear back. The quiet one thinks you're getting trapped somewhere.
Well, yeah, but what about the treasure? Are they gonna go look for their treasure?
And it just starts bucking again.
Yes, we're looking for the treasure. I speak donkey. I'm gonna roll animal handling to see if I can understand the donkey.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, it's a +1.
Okay.
That is a 7 + 1 for an 8. I have no idea what's going on with this donkey. With Brew. Brew, I need you to chill your hooves, okay? Don't get your cloppies in a bunch.
I'm going to ask Andy how the donkey responds, because in my mind it responds with the same sass that Wavy does, but this is Sunshine's familiar. Or
I think
Steed.
Yeah. So I think that the donkey is just really chill. Like that's the vibe that I'm getting from Brunislava. So I don't think that the donkey particularly cares. I'm trying to think about how a donkey would try to convey the idea of treasure.
And because it's a fantasy world, it does.
The question of the ages.
I think that for Wisp, if Kumquat is so set on finding the treasure, then Wisp will just assume that it does have some importance and significance and go along with it. But it definitely still has that pull of, alright, Wavy can walk into a trap, but I do sure hope Misty is okay.
Do you convey any of the legend lore information to us?
Well, Wisp said it out loud. I thought I said. Maybe I didn't.
Oh, okay.
Wisp would.
I didn't think you had said it out loud,
Oh.
but yeah.
Sweet. Okay. Wisp will. Okay, so then maybe this is a good time for it, as she says that Wavy is walking into a trap. She will share what she learned through the legend lore, so that both Kumquat and the Brunish lava may hear.
So,
Yeah.
Sean,
Mhm.
the bad news is this donkey has an intelligence of 6. So
Okay.
please tell me how much lore I get from the donkey
Okay.
via this telepathy.
I'm going to roll at disadvantage, and that will determine how much. We'll say for each point over 6, you'll get like 1 paragraph. Does that feel fair?
Sure.
Cool. We got a 3 and a 5. I'm not even kidding. We got a 3 and a 5.
Oh my goodness.
You feel
Can I
like
use my advantage on this?
Yeah, please do. And I'll just roll a straight roll. I'm not going to re-roll at disadvantage with your advantage.
Incredible.
And that's a 7. So,
Look at that.
you get my necromancer die are so one is my necromancer die. The other is my extra life fantasy D20.
so pretty.
So support the children, but not with that die. But yeah, you get the concept that this place is bad and that there's someone that I think the thing that Brunish Lava would convey most to you is that part about like people that hear her, it's often a trap, or it's often because she feels like they can manipulate them and they're gullible. I think that's the part Brunish Lava would hold on to for you.
I love how committed you are to saying the full name.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Look, we can call this donkey Bruni, but we can also call him Brunish Lava.
Yeah, we can do it, but now it's written down so I know the name. But yeah, so I think that's what you would get, Wavy. And then do you all go off for the treasure?
Yes.
Okay. You are able to get there. And I feel like this is a great spot to find your rare magic items.
Ooh,
I was hoping for a new item.
We can make it a new item, but I don't have time to plan a new item, so...
Next session, we'll
That's
discover what we
fine.
found in
I
the
did that.
treasure chest.
I don't need a new item. This can be my item. As I float over and haphazardly open the chest, I find a cloak of displacement. And I think, oh my god, I'm gonna look so good in this. I'm gonna look like such a badass pirate. Work it, girl.
And Wisp finds in Astromancy archive that I think would have her mother's name in the cover of it.
That's beautiful.
Oh,
It's only slightly tarnished.
Only slightly.
And, yeah. There's also 2 other items in there that you can bring for the others.
Yes.
But my question
Excellent.
is, this place does continue down beyond this chest. There is more to explore. How far are you willing to go from the other 2 with the information that they're probably walking into a trap?
we should go back to the others. I don't like Wavy. I could take or leave, but Misty, I want to make sure is okay.
Let's go then.
Right.
And we'll back.
Bye,
track.
Rookie.
Oh, I hope you don't get reset. I'm not sure you'd remember this conversation if you did.
Don't like do you want to come over here?
With that hearing, because she does Wisp hear that note that like I'm not sure you'll remember this. You would remember this conversation.
Not really, no.
Wisp doesn't hear it. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Then I think Rookie would know that her coming to you gives a better chance at leaving, but Rookie's also very aware how much she would slow things down. And
Fair.
so if you would like to insight check Rookie, you can.
Natty 20 plus 1.
Ruki would love
Have
to
a
be with you
waste
right
of a 20.
now,
Yeah.
but knows it will hurt you, and it's up to
Okay.
Kumquat what happens.
Okay.
And while you make that decision, you'll let us
I
know.
believe in you, girl.
Okay, you bring her over?
No.
Okay, then you all are able to make your way back to the other two who are descending further, unless this new information has stopped them, and we'll go to Misty and Wavy. Sup?
I mean, we're heading towards the ship, right?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
we're heading towards the bottom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if anything deterred you, if you were still beelining it for the bottom.
No.
Oh, absolutely beelining it. I think that
Yeah.
Wavy does say,
So the others found treasure.
Oh, they found treasure? What kind?
So, I don't mean to disparage Sunshine's donkey, but British Lava is kind of an idiot.
Aw,
Oh,
Bruce Alpha, I believe is smart.
You'd be wrong, but did say there was treasure. We'll find out when they return.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
And
as you... Mhm.
I was
It's
gonna
yours.
say, I was like, Missy's just gonna ask, like, anything else they said about us going down here or anything?
Nope.
Alrighty.
And as you descend, it's very easy to keep going down. Like, you do have to do a couple switchbacks through stairs and, like, through corridors that seem to go from sloping to stairs depending on how tight it goes. But you feel like you can make it to the bottom rather easily, and there's nothing stopping you. There is pressure growing. Like, you can feel as you're getting to the bottom, it is much harder to keep walking just because, like, the weight pushing you down is there. So each step takes more and more effort. But you do reach the bottom. You can see a gate that seems to lead out into the bottom of the ocean. I don't think... you did not get communicated the time gate part, because Brunislava is not smart. So it's just a gate.
but this is my girl Brunislava.
Mechanically, Brunislava is not smart.
At least she's hot, okay?
Everybody in this party is 11s out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We slay hard.
We
take our fans
So,
and we have a good time.
So there's,
Misty seems like a big gate.
there's a big gate, and a ship is over there in the bottom of the ocean. You know how to swim?
I'm very good at swimming.
I'm going to try to open the gate.
Okay. Yeah, you try and open it, and it's heavy, but it's not impossible to pull open.
Do you think it's a good idea just to open the gate for water?
Well, you seem to have some sort of channel to the ocean. Maybe we should ask the ocean.
Yeah, I was like, I can ask the ocean. It's like, I think, yeah, Missy's gonna try to say, is there a way to create a path to the ship that doesn't involve like drowning in water?
Yeah. And correct me if I'm wrong, can Misty breathe underwater?
I believe so.
Okay. So for you, the ocean has already provided the way to the ship without drowning.
Yeah, it's like Missy's like, I'll be fine swimming, but are you gonna be fine, Wavy? I could ask the ocean for you, but I don't think the ocean likes you.
You can also
The
make me
ocean
an
doesn't
intelligence.
like
You can
me?
both make me an intelligence check if you'd like.
Hold on, did the ocean say the ocean didn't like me?
I think they showed. Only they showed that they don't like you. With you remember the whole tentacle attacking you.
So I got a 12.
Okay.
Intelligence, I got a dirty 20.
You would also know, not from the sea having to tell you or anything, the problem here is not needing to breathe the water. The problem here is walking out where several thousand tons of force are going to push down on you the second you open that door. You don't need to breathe when you're crushed in seconds.
Yeah.
Do we both realize that?
Just Misty.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
Mincy's
think
gonna like.
you would be like, I think Wavy would have a bit of like, I know it's a bad idea, but I don't think you'd fully put together why in this moment, but Misty would definitely.
Yeah, Mincy's gonna gently place her hand on Wavy. It's like, Wavy, if you open this, it's gonna be a lot of things like all this pressure is gonna hit us and possibly kill us again for you. or just letting you know. So we have to figure out a good way over there past the gate that's not opening this gate up.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
So, welp, I guess we have to turn around.
I think it'd be at that time the other two of you get down there.
Hey guys.
Holding nice magic
Hey.
items. What did they bring?
Yes.
Show us the booty.
Wisp, I feel like, would just inherently know which are yours and would hand you your items.
Ew, this is a pretty necklace. Like, get
Thank
the
you
necklace.
so much for this pair of shackles.
Wow.
You're welcome. I saw them and I thought of you.
Very
Um,
fashionable.
Seeing this gate here, does Wisp recognize it?
You know this is not the gate from the visions you had.
So I think Wisp will say, "This is not where the freedom lies. We must go deeper."
Like deeper out there, as you like points outside.
Deeper down within here, in order to get ourselves out and, I believe, reclaim this for the sea. We may very well have to face Celestine herself.
Okay. That sounds like a better idea than trying to go get Wavy's ship right now and get crushed by pounds of pressure.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you would
Wait,
all hear a familiar voice to Wavy, but not to any of the rest of you. Not quietly in your head, but echoing in the room. That usually works. This set might even be fun. It'll be fun when you find me. I want to know what you all can do. And that's where it ends.
Fun can be subjective, so yikes.
So we all heard that?
You all heard that. Not even a quiet whisper, just echoing in the chamber that you're in.
So,
Yeah, so I think Wisp will say to Misty, "Misty, you have ties to the sea.
Yeah.
I think that will serve us well here. If we can align ourselves with the sea and support it, I believe the sea will support us as well."
I agree. No, like the sea already like blessed me to breathe underwater. But I think we have one obstacle, and that is Wavy.
What?
Oh.
Feels like the ocean doesn't like you, Wavy. You need to apologize to the ocean.
Apologize?
Yes.
What should I apologize for?
For saying that you're the king of the ocean.
For
There are-
everything.
There are many eyes and many ears upon us now. Celestine and the sea, and many more. Listen.
You would all see that as Wisp mentions eyes and ears, coming from the ships is just like a legion of people half compressed, with parts torn off, walking up, staring in. I'm okay. I don't know why it's doing this tonight, because I move around all the time, and it's never like, but whatever. You would all see, like, coming from the ships, like, just legions of half torn apart people who have opened the gate and been crushed, and then found their ship, and spent the rest of time rotting with their ship until the tentacle comes for them, approach you and just stare. And all of them point to a door that they've never seen open. As behind you all, you see a Triton figure, very similar to the opening when you got to the mirror maze. Opened a double pane of glass from nowhere, and a staircase below the bottom of the sea opens to all of you. And I feel like that's a wonderful spot to end tonight's episode. Thank you all for playing. I hope you're enjoying part 2, both audience and people. Please go around and tell everyone who you are, so that we can say goodbye.
Absolutely. I'll jump in here with this, and thank you so much, Sean, for picking up the crewmaster role for part 2. We have 2 more episodes of this, and I'm so excited to see where you take us from here. So I am Kate, aka Kate the Great Cosplays, aka Don't Kill My Character. I guess that is also me and all of us here. You can find me by those names on the social medias. And coming up next for me is New York Comic Con. So check that out. I have a profile on the website. So that is very cool.
And it's very cool.
Also, I'll shout out that Somebody's Heroes, which is a project that Sean and I and Mika are already involved with, and Taylor will be joining us on. The first episode of the new season for that drops tomorrow on podcast, and that is my episode too. So you'll meet my character Elf that Sean was hanging out with last night as well. Yeah. Let's bounce over to Mika.
Hi, I'm Mika. I do things. I am a director over at Roll D5. This is my nephew Baxter. Say hi, Baxter. Hi.
Hi, baby.
You can catch me at Somebody's Heroes. I'm frequently over at Lost Caravan, over Wanderer's Haven weekly. Most importantly, you can catch me for free at any time on Spotify or wherever you listen to podcasts. Don't make noise at me. At The Heart is a Dungeon in season 2, where I am a main character, where I play La La Lemon, who is a fey crow who smokes and is a bit of a klepto. And you can also see me this Saturday on Roll D5. We are doing our 2-player game showcase, and I am going to be playing in the first 2 games, Death of an Author by Sam Lee and Host.
It's very fun. Also, shout out to Heart as a Dungeon podcast. It's very cool. Taylor, you want to chat about yourself?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I'm Taylor, aka Spunky Taylor. I'm playing Misty tonight. What I got going on this weekend, starting tomorrow at noon, it starts BIPOC Vamp Day weekend. So there's gonna be so much going on as we raise money for sickle cell treatments. There's gonna be on the BIPOC Vamp Day Twitch and YouTube. There was 8 tables I got to produce to help bring amazing stories of different styles of vampires. If you love cyberpunk, if you just love 70s vampires and like murder mysteries, we got it all. Starting at noon with Saint Mercy's Blood Drive on the YouTube, and then it's just 24/7s of content of TTRPGs. There's also in-person events in each of your state. If you go onto the BIPOC Vamp Day website, you can look up your state to see any in-person activities, meetups, and like giveaways happening in your city. And there is an anthology magazine, safe for work and not safe for work, vampire art that you can all have.
Taylor is such a girl boss.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So there's that. And also there's 3 days left to vote for me for Rising Star Awards. It's the final round. I made it to the live show. The live show is on September 26th. I recorded my accepting speech. That doesn't mean I won. I recorded something so that I'm getting close. So fingers crossed, everyone. But you can still vote for me. It's in my Beacons link where to vote for me at for It Takes a Village for community work and community management of my own streams.
Yes.
So yeah.
Andy.
I'm Andy Margolski. I am also Margo Mods Online. I'm a TTRPG writer, primarily writing 5e adventures. My first campaign, Murders at Lorelak Manor, is on Kickstarter. Late pledges are still open. We raised almost $10,000. And I'm working on my next one, which is going to be an ooze-based environmental catastrophe adventure with invasive species from the other planes. So if that sounds fun to you, follow me on social media and you'll get to see what I'm working on. That's it. That's all I got. I guess sometimes I do actual plays.
Amazing. Sean, let's go.
Yeah. I am Sean. I was our GM tonight. You can primarily find me on my podcast, Help Action Needed, where I do all of it. except be one of the 3 players, because that was the arrangement we did at the start. Was I said, "Yo, I want to do this because I need something to fill my time," and they said,
Pre-roll
"Okay,
ads
do we have to
are
do
on.
anything?"
We might hit an ad soon. Just heads
That's
up.
fine. Anything else that I do is announced all over my socials, except for something that hasn't been announced yet. That is really specific. But if you are in the Chicago area this weekend, come to Navy Pier Saturday and Sunday for free music concerts. One of the orchestras I'm in is opening the Chicago Live Festival. So we will be doing a half-hour set of Chicago-themed music at Navy Pier. So if
Including
you're in
the
the
song
area,
Chicago by Sufjan Stevens.
no, but including the song
Oh.
Chicago from the musical Chicago.
I love
We're
that.
We're doing it, yeah.
I'm about
The
that.
overture for it. So yeah, if you're a Chicago person, come hang out at Navy Pier. It's free. There's I think it's 60 local groups performing or something. I don't know. Other than that, you can find me on some things over on Somebody's Heroes, as well as an upcoming game of Crushes and Cryptids, a game written by Rain from Hampod, where we will be playing cryptids that are going out and doing some dates, as well as a bunch of fun horror things in October, and then some other things that just haven't been announced yet. So follow me, because I like to do a lot of pre-recordings.
Incredible. I love it. For Don't Kill My Character, we are back with episode 5 of Shipwrecks Thursday, September 26th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m. Pacific. I got the date right this time. And we are
Nice.
set to premiere Superhero Shenanigans, a Mutants and Masterminds adventure on Wednesday, the 25th at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. So please circle over back to our channel for those. But for now, we're going to send you away from our channel and over to one of our friends. What friend are we going to? Let's go to the Nerdy Playbook. They're another TTRPG stream. Right now they're also doing a Dungeons and Dragons game, so please go give them a hello from us, and we hope to see you again soon. There are always more stories to tell. Goodbye, friends.